Here's something that no one tells you about turning 30. It can be one of the loneliest transitions of your life. Okay? In your 20s, friendships just happen. An easy text and everyone's available. You may still have your friends from high school, and you may also have your new friends from college. But what they don't tell you is about when you hit your 30s. Your friends move away, they may be getting married, they may also have kids already. And if they don't, maybe they're focused on their career, and sometimes your career takes you places that aren't where you live anymore. And suddenly staying connected just feels like a full-time job. And even in a city where you're surrounded by people, you may feel completely alone. So let me introduce myself. I'm Renell. I just turned 30. I recently got married, have a house, have 3 beautiful dogs, a amazing career. And on paper, that might sound like life is lifing, things are good. But here's the reality. I am one of those people that feel completely alone. And what I described at the beginning of this video is my current reality. All my friends are either career focused, family focused, or no longer live in Toronto. So sustaining my longtime friends has become one of the biggest challenges of turning 30. I used to be the life of the party. I used to be surrounded by a ton of people, used to always go out every single weekend. And just like that doesn't happen anymore. And here's the hardest part of this all. It's not about the fact that me and my friends are drifting apart, because that's not the case. What is though is the difficulty of being able to sustain a friendship when our priorities are completely different than where they were not even 2, 3, or even 5 years ago. Like I said, my friends have their families, they have kids to look after, they have careers to manage, and I do too. So in that, it makes us seeing each other much more difficult. And what they say on social media is honestly the truth. In your 30s, if you 1, don't book your plans in advance, you will never see them. And then 2, even when you do book your plans months in advance, you may not really hear from your friends either. And both are okay. But it isn't where we were at 5 years ago. And what I've learned turning 30 isn't about the fact that I'm drifting apart from my friends, but sustaining these relationships have become just 10 times harder. Because in your 20s, your priorities are different. You don't have to worry about timing. You don't have to worry about other responsibilities. Going out was as easy as a quick text message. But in your 30s, that's just no longer the case. Like, people are tired. They're broke. They have things to do before and even after their workday. And that is just the tough reality of being an adult. And at the end of the day, everyone is just hustling. So even with how busy and how loud this city can be, it can feel very lonely when you're by yourself. And that is why I'm creating this channel, because I wanted to create a space where we could truly talk about what living in your 30s is like. The good, the bad, the emotional, the ugly, the honest part of being in your 30s in a city like Toronto. And if you're sitting at home alone because you don't have any plans whatsoever, because you might be new to the city or you just don't have any friends who can make time for you, don't worry, because I will be taking you along through all of my journeys, whether it be to some of my favorite restaurants with my friends, some of the random activities that we do when we do meet up. I also want to talk about the things that no one says out loud. How friendships change, how hard it is to meet new people, because I know that 100 times over. What it's like balancing stability with your family, with your friends, your love life, your responsibilities, and how do you survive when you deal with the instability of loneliness. So think of me as your new Toronto bestie. Someone who keeps things unfiltered, someone who might yap a little bit, and hopefully make you feel like you're not the only person living this life stage out. And if you're watching this and you've been struggling with your 30s, whether that's making new friends, keeping your old ones, or just feeling connected again, I want you to know two things. First, you are not the only person dealing with this. Everybody is. And two, you don't have to deal with this alone. And that's why I'm here, to give you a perspective, a laugh, and just make you feel like yourself again. So if that sounds like you and it's something that you need, feel free to hit the subscribe button and comment. Would love to hear your stories of you either living in Toronto or your own city, experiencing your 30s, and some of the potential struggles that you're feeling at this age, because I also want to know what it's like from your side, because the reality is that everything that I just talked about is how I'm currently feeling. And I don't want to feel like I'm doing this alone. So let's do it. Let's go and create something that's different, and let's feel like we're no longer isolated